The Protecting Animal Welfare and Safety Act, also known as PAWS Law, got the governor's signature and is now public law. Animal Wellness Action founder Wayne Pacelle says the law's passage is a big step forward for the island.
Well, I think it's just an outstanding development. This is a very strong anti-cruelty statute. It upgrades Guam's law against animal cruelty. It bans bestiality. It strengthens the law against dog fighting. It deals with neglect. It really makes it one of the top 10 anti-cruelty statutes in the United States. If you think of the 50 states and 6 territories, this really puts Guam in an enviable position.
Pacelle says that getting tough on animal abuse gets to the roots of bigger issues that plague our communities.
There is so much evidence of a link between malicious animal cruelty and then other forms of social violence. People who do these terrible things to animals, maybe a person who harms a spouse or a child, commits some other intolerable act against the person. So this is not an issue of just helping animals, which alone would warrant the action. This is really about decency and about really identifying people who are a danger to all of us.
A provision introduced by Senator Pito Terlahi was made before the bill left the session floor, and it recognized cockfighting as a cultural practice on Guam. But Pacelle says you can recognize it all you want, but it still ain't gonna happen.
It's just something that is a show and an act by the senator who did it. It has zero legal effect, zero. But I do feel that some people may think, oh, well, this provision is in the law and therefore I can go cockfighting. That is not true. This is a federal felony. You can go to jail for 15 or 20 years. Every single count in the federal law, and one animal being involved as one count, is up to 5 years in jail.
Senator Pito Terlahi's office issued this statement in response. Quote, cockfighting remains legal under Guam law, and while it is prohibited by the federal government, local law enforcement does not have to aid federal law enforcement in any way to enforce this federal law. Aiding in this enforcement by law is the lowest priority of the government of Guam. Only when we've solved every other problem in Guam will we even think about helping to enforce it. Wayne Pacelle says that he knows the people of Guam better than we know our people. He says that he knows the people of Guam are against cockfighting without setting foot on this island. I invited him to come debate me at the Cockfighting Dome in Dedido to meet the people of Guam, but he's too chicken to debate. This ban was imposed upon us without our consent and without our voting representation. Where's the democracy in that? Where's the human rights in that? It was imposed on us by people who have never been here, who don't respect the Chamorro people, and who don't respect our culture. Don't go sticking your silver spoons in our champolado. Chamorro culture belongs to the Chamorro people, and no outsider will dictate our culture to us." End quote. According to Pacelle, regardless, under federal law, an individual can be fined up to $250,000 per violation.
I really hope that political leaders, having taken this really strong affirmative action to make animal cruelty a felony offense on Guam, recognize, even if they think that cockfighting is okay, that they recognize what the law says. The Congress has acted, the courts have affirmed it, the people of Guam have said they agree with it.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Peter Santos.